Welcome to day 2 of the 2025 Parkland Challenge. I'm your host, Antoine Thomas. Today's bracket features Fisher, Blue Ridge, Cissna Park, and Oakwood. Let's meet the teams for our first matchup.
Elias Nolan, sophomore.
Broden Soliday, junior.
Indra Nolan, junior.
Ivy Whitehouse, junior.
Ellie Schleifer, senior.
Apollo Ganaway, junior.
Connor Bestel, junior.
Keaton Brooks, senior.
Jeremiah Todd, senior.
Parker Rubin King, senior.
Caden Hayes, junior.
Skylar Morse, senior.
Alex Elwood, junior.
Now that we've met the teams, let's get started with our first round. Fisher, are you ready?
Yes.
Blue Ridge, are you ready? Yes. All right, let's get started with our first question. What aircraft is controlled by manipulating a cyclic and a collective? Jeremiah.
Helicopter.
That is correct. According to criminal law, how many people do you need to have a riot? Indra.
5.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
3.
3 is correct. Which war was at the center of the movie Saving Private Ryan? Keaton.
World War II.
World War II is correct. How many floors does the Empire State Building have? Elias?
100.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Sure.
78.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is 102. What celestial object's position can be tracked using an analemma? Elias?
Pole star.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Comet.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is the sun. In 1945, the first atomic bomb dropped was called Fat Man. What was the second bomb? Elias?
Little boy.
That is correct. In Charlotte's Web, what is Charlotte's last? Ivy?
Wilbur.
That is incorrect. In Charlotte's Web, what is Charlotte's last name? Would you like to steal?
Spider.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Kavitica. Who was the youngest baseball pitcher to win 20 games in one major league season? Jeremiah.
Clayton Kershaw.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Shohei Ohtani.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Dwight Gooden. Who was Sonny Crockett's partner in the TV series Miami Vice? And the correct answer is Ricardo Tubbs. What was the first man-made element? Elias.
Phosphorus.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Einsteinium.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is plutonium. What is a group of rhinoceroses called? Indra?
A herd.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Gore.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is a crash. In what Midwest city is the NCAA headquartered? Jeremiah.
Indianapolis.
That is correct. Who made Pinocchio? Keaton.
Walt Disney.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Geppetto.
Geppetto is correct. What word is both a computer program language and a nickname for coffee? Ivy.
Java.
That is correct. What do the letters ZIP stand for in the United States Postal Code? And the correct answer is Zone Improvement Plan. About half of the land of which European country is below sea level? Broden?
Netherlands.
That is correct. Which form of treatment attempts to heal through the insertion of needles at specific ivy?
Acupuncture.
That is correct. And now the video round goes to Blue Ridge.
This Nordic country, known for its unique sauna culture, with more saunas than cars, was ranked the happiest country in the world by the UN for the 7th year in a row in 2024.
Sweden.
The happy country is Finland, which is recognized for its design and architecture. The country is also a popular destination for experiencing the midnight sun and the northern lights.
All right, let's get back to the questions. Next question. What did the 19th Amendment to the Constitution do? Jeremiah. That is correct. Which musical follows the escapades of Don Quixote? And the correct answer is Man of La Mancha. What island was involved in the Bay of Pigs? Indra?
Cuba.
Cuba is correct. Precisely how many bytes are in a kilobyte? Jeremiah.
1,000.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
10,000.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is 1,024. Rubies and sapphires are both made of what rock-forming mineral? Elias.
Silicon.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Quartz.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is corundum. In 2001, A Space Odyssey, where was the HAL 9000 invented? Parker.
University of Illinois.
That is correct. Sushi is a type of cuisine that originated in what country? Keaton.
Japan.
That is correct. What Swedish firm is the world's largest furniture retailer? Ivy.
IKEA.
That is correct. Apple Computer was started by two guys named Steve. Steve Jobs is one. Who is the other? Connor.
Macintosh.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Smith.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Steve Wozniak. In years, how long is 12 scores? Jeremiah.
240 years.
That is correct. What famous Frank Lloyd Wright house, designed in 1930, Elias?
Falling water.
That is correct. What high-level computer language was named after a French mathematician and philosopher? Elias.
Python.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal? The correct answer is Pascal. Which fish goes through these stages of growth? Fry, pan, smelt, and grist. Indra.
Tuna.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Salmon.
That is correct. How many months of the year have 31 days? Jeremiah.
7.
That is correct. Which word derived from Italian refers to the main part of the human body, excluding the limbs and head? Indra.
Torso.
That is correct. In what year did the gunfight at the OK Corral take place? Apollo.
2024.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
1908.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is 1881. North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalms are the names of what? Ivy.
Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Children.
That is correct. What do the 4 H's represent in 4-H Club? Elias.
Head, hands, heart. Helping.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Head, hearts, hands, and health.
That is correct. And that ends round 1.
Great futures start at Parkland College. Classes are affordable. Transfer your credit towards a bachelor's degree. Get training for in-demand careers. And academic and financial help is there when you need it. Fall classes start August 18th. Enroll now at parkland.edu/fall25.
Welcome back. Let's get started with the lightning round. Right now, Fisher has 110, Blue Ridge 100. And the lightning round, incorrect answers will cost you points. Let's get started with the first question. Boston, Yorkshire, Stafford, and Jack Russell are all types of what? Indra.
Dogs. Terriers specifically.
That is correct. In which German city was Ludwig van Beethoven born? And the correct answer is Bonn. What was the first published Sherlock Holmes story written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? Jeremiah.
Hound of the Baskervilles.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is A Study in Scarlet. If you're in a race and you pass the person in second place, what place are you in? Jeremiah.
Second place.
That is correct. In rodeo competitions, what is the standard required time for a rider to stay on in bareback saddleborne? Indra.
8 seconds.
That is correct. What kind of construction along a canal enables shipping to navigate between two bodies of water at different heights? And the correct answer is a lock. What's the only bird to be honored by its own year on the Chinese calendar? Keaton.
Hen?
That is incorrect. The correct answer is rooster. What is the name of King Kong's home island? Jeremiah.
Skull Island.
That is correct. What explorer introduced pigs to North America? The correct answer is Christopher Columbus. What element comes last alphabetically? And the correct answer is zirconium. What was the name of Carolyn Kennedy's pony? And the correct answer is macaroni. What Union leader is supposedly dead, even though his body has never been found? The correct answer is Jimmy Hoffa. What do you call a person who makes shoes? Keaton.
Cobbler.
That is correct. In what decade did viewers wake up to the headline, Von Hindenburg dies at 86, Hitler takes presidency? Jeremiah.
The 1930s.
That is correct. And that ends our lightning round.
My name is Zach Steffen, and my current role is an advanced markets consultant with Country Financial. I chose Parkland out of high school mainly because affordability, and I knew I would get a good education and be prepared for whatever the next steps were. The class sizes are the right size. The faculty is very accessible. I was able to take the skills I learned at Parkland and hit the ground running at Illinois. Ended up graduating in 2012 with a degree in agricultural economics. Great futures start at Parkland College.
The score is Fisher 130, Blue Ridge 120. We're now getting ready for our final round. Contestants, are you ready? Are you ready? All right, first question. What is the minimum number of musicians a band must have to be considered a big band? Jeremiah.
6.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
30.
The correct answer is 10. What is the mascot for the University of Wisconsin? Jeremiah.
Badgers.
That is correct. What Mexican city of Tijuana borders what U.S. city? And the correct answer is San Diego. What does the acronym for the German multinational company BMW stand for? And the correct answer is Bavarian Motor Works. What simple device is used to test the acidity of compounds, more commonly liquids? Elias.
Litmus paper.
That is correct. In November of 2023, a team of marine biologists at Southampton University made this alarming discovery about starfish. The correct answer is their entire body is in fact a head. The Tyler, Texas area is the source of more than half of the U.S. supply of what popular flower? Indra.
Roses?
That is correct. What composer known as the father of American music wrote My Old Country Home, Camptown Races, and Hard Times Come Again No More? And the correct answer is Stephen Foster. Existence of this elementary particle, nicknamed the God particle, was Elias?
The Higgs boson.
That is correct. What Minnesota town was actor Winona Ryder born in? Indra.
St. Paul.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Minneapolis.
The correct answer is actually Winona. The basilica known as La Sagrada Familia is in which city? Indra.
Madrid.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Barcelona.
That is correct. In what city would you find the naval base, the Douglas MacArthur Memorial, and the water side? Elias.
Boston.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Manila.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Norfolk, Virginia. What is the name of the pet dinosaur on the TV cartoon The Flintstones? The correct answer is Dino. In what city is Illinois State University located? Indra.
Bloomington.
That is incorrect.
Normal.
That is correct. How many hours are there in a week? Connor? Caden, sorry.
168.
168 is correct. What is the score of a forfeited baseball game? Elias.
9-0.
That is correct. What organ produces insulin and glycogen? Ivy.
Pancreas.
That is correct. What is the collective noun for goldfinches? Elias.
Flock.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal? The correct answer is a charm. In what state would you find the Royal Gorge Bridge, the highest suspension bridge in the world? Elias.
Colorado.
That is correct. What planet is most like Earth in size, mass, density? Kate Keaton?
Venus.
That is correct. And now the video round goes to Fisher.
This state, that was admitted as the 27th state on March 3rd, 1845, reached a population of 23 million in 2024, making it the third most populous state in the U.S.
Texas.
The Sunshine State of Florida ranks third in the nation in population, only behind Texas with 31 million and California with 39 million.
All right, our next question. What was the hymn played by the band aboard the Titanic as it sank? Jeremiah.
A mighty fortress is our God.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Amazing Grace.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Nearer, My God, to Thee.
That's okay.
Unlike his two sons who both have won Super Bowls, this quarterback had a 13-year NFL career. Jeremiah.
Archie Manning.
That is correct. Who portrayed Rooster Corbin in the Coen Brothers reimagined Parker?
Jeff Bridges.
That is correct. Who sculpted The Thinker? Indra.
Burden.
That is correct. What was the first feature-length film to be entirely computer animated? Keaton.
Toy Story.
That is correct. What is a smoked jalapeno pepper? Elias.
Popper.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal? The correct answer is Chipotle. What company is best known for the phrase, "Can you hear me now"? And the correct answer is Verizon Wireless. Who is the youngest person to win the Academy Award for Best Actor? And Parker.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Robert Downey Jr.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Adrian Brody. What is the name of the famous racehorse that gave Minnie hope? Indra.
Seabiscuit.
That is correct. Which word of Greek origin means freeloader? Elias.
Hitchhiker.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Squatter.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is parasite.
Oh, yeah.
Which film director helmed such classics as Eyes Wide Shut? Parker.
Stanley Kubrick.
That is correct. What are the first names of the 5 brothers that made up the Jackson 5? And the correct answer is Jermaine, Marlon, Jackie, Tito, and Michael. Which ancient Mexican civilization developed a symbol for 0? Elias.
Mayans.
That is correct. What breed of cat doesn't have fur? Indra.
Sphinx.
That is correct. Which idyllic word consists of the Greek word for no and place? Indra.
Utopia.
That is correct. Can you give the specific names of the 3rd and 4th living people mentioned in the Bible after Jeremiah?
Cain and Abel.
That is correct. Who was the mayor of New York City during the 9/11 attacks? Parker.
Rudy Giuliani.
That is correct. To which group of animals does the most poisonous animal on Earth belong? Keaton.
Jellyfish.
That is incorrect. To which group of animals does the most poisonous animal on Earth belong? Frogs, snakes, or scorpions?
Frogs.
Frogs is correct. What is the capital of Uruguay?
Asuncion. Oh. Asuncion.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal? The correct answer is Montevideo. In 1988 movie, Mystic Pizza launched the career of what pretty woman? Indra.
Reese Witherspoon.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Julia Roberts.
That is correct. Who was the president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters from 1958 to 1971? He's almost more famous for disappearing. Indra.
Houdini.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal? Okay, the correct answer is Jimmy Hoffa. And that ends our round.
My name is Sampan Penlin, but I go by Sam. I'm a townie, so I was always aware of Parkland, and I had decided to get into policing. I came to Parkland and started studying criminal justice. I actually had the opportunity to gain a lot of really good relevant work experience. And I was here from fall of 1999, and then I transferred to Western Illinois University and started my police career up in Joliet, Illinois. I've been at Parkland for about 6.5 years, so it's been nice to support students in the way that I was back then. It feels like home. Great futures start at Parkland College.
Fisher defeats Blue Ridge to move on to the Bracket 2 final. Stay tuned for the next game to see who they will play, Cissna Park or Oakwood. Thank you, teams. Welcome to Game 2 of Bracket 2, where the Comets will be taking on the Timberwolves. Let's go ahead and meet the players for the game.
Isaac Phelan, senior.
Jonas Heaton, junior.
Kipton Steiner, freshman.
Ben King, junior.
Asher Shefford, sophomore.
Keegan Reed, senior.
Paul Corello, senior.
Noah Carpenter, senior.
Alex Wells, junior.
William Irick, junior.
Lily Pickering, freshman.
Now that we've met the players, let's go ahead and get started. Contestants, are you ready? Contestants, are you ready? All right, let's get started with our first question for round 1. What does Little Miss Muffet call the watery milk that is a byproduct of cheese making? Jonas.
Curds.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
No answer.
The correct answer is whey. Who sponsored production of a belated final season of Arrested Development? The correct answer is Netflix. What is a plectrum? Saul.
Guitar pick.
That is correct. What breed of dog is Nana from Disney's Peter Pan? Jonas?
Beagle.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
A retriever.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Saint Bernard. Which is the second largest country in South America? Alex.
Argentina.
That is correct. According to Instacart, what is the most disliked food in America? Alex.
Brussels sprouts.
That is incorrect.
Broccoli.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is anchovies. Which Ninja Turtle wears a blue mask? Isaac.
Leonardo.
That is correct. What is the lowest 3-digit prime number? Noah.
101.
That is correct. What P word describes the electrical plug with one prong wider than the other? Jonah.
Polar.
Yes, we'll take it. Ag is the chemical symbol. Jonas.
Silver.
That is correct. This influential film festival takes place annually in Park City, Utah. The correct answer is Sundance Film Festival. Michelle Marquette was sworn in as the first female president of which country in 2006? Jonas.
New Zealand.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Australia.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Chile. What's a polygon with 4 unequal sides called? Noah.
A quadrilateral.
That is correct. What is the southernmost city of the continental United States? Alex.
Key West.
That is correct. What is the tip of an umbrella called? The correct answer is a ferrule. How many colors are there in a rainbow? Alex.
7.
That is correct. What are the names of the 2 stone lions in front of the New York Public Library?
I should know this.
Alex.
David and Goliath.
That is incorrect. Would you like to?
Tim and Tom.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is patience and fortitude. What other name is given to the sea cow, which now... Alex.
Manatee.
That is correct. What controversial economist was awarded the 1976 Nobel Prize for Economics while he was on the faculty of the University of Chicago? And the correct answer is Milton Friedman. What do you call a survey among voters that has just handed in their ballots? Jonas.
A poll.
Can you elaborate?
Voters poll.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
An exit poll.
That is correct. And now the video round.
Larry David, who is known as the co-creator of Seinfeld, saw his HBO series that is a fictional version of his own life come to an end after 12 seasons. Can you name the show?
Do you know Benny?
Downton Abbey.
Curb Your Enthusiasm finished its run on April 7th, 2024, after 120 episodes and 2 Primetime Emmys.
And back to the questions. For which film did Halle Berry win Best Actress Oscar in 2002, becoming the first black female artist to do so? And the correct answer is Monsters Ball. Which country supplies 3/4 of the world's maple syrup? Jonas.
Canada.
That is correct. Black gold is the nickname. Alex.
Oil.
That is correct. If you are said to be on the wagon, what are you abstaining from? Alex.
Alcohol.
That is correct. What is the most often sung song in America? Alex.
Amazing Grace.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Happy birthday.
That is correct. What children's author is thought to be buried along with John Hancock and Paul Revere in Boston's Old Granary burial ground? Isaac.
Dr. Seuss.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Silverstein.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Mother Goose. What 2 former American presidents both died on July 4th? Alex.
John Adams and Thomas Jefferson.
That is correct. What nation is divided in 2 by the Cook Strait? Isaac.
Turkey.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Angola.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is New Zealand. America's Next Top Model is an American reality television show created by which former model? And the correct answer is Tyra Banks. What video game's character includes Desmond Miles, Alter Ezio, and Shay Cormac?
Assassin's Creed.
That is correct. According to physics, what are the 4 fundamental forces in nature? And the correct answer is strong force, electromagnetic force, weak force, and gravitational force. What Japanese word translates into English as harbor wave? Noah.
Tsunami.
That is correct. Which novel opens with all children except one grow up? Alex.
Peter Pan.
That is correct. According to the Bible, who was the longest lived person? Isaac.
Methuselah.
That is correct. What was the name of the character played by Sigourney Weaver in Alien movies? Ben.
Ellen Ripley.
That is correct. Samuel Clemens took his pen name Mark Twain from the riverboat signal that the water was deep enough for safe travel. How deep is Mark Twain? Alex.
12 feet.
That is correct. What does Doctor Who's vast spaceship, the TARDIS, look like from the outside? Alex.
A telephone room.
Say that again?
Telephone room.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Phone booth.
Correct answer is a police box. What 4-legged animal do we associate with Kentucky? Noah.
A horse.
That is correct. What is the name of the mechanical engineer that created the world's largest entertainment device for the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago in 1893? Isaac.
Ferris.
That is correct. And that ends round 1.
My name is Brittany Scott. I went to Parkland College and graduated in 2016. I decided to not go to a 4-year school to save some money. I knew I would take the same classes. Actually, some of my classes here were more difficult than my 4-year school. I studied general science. I am a civil designer or civil engineer. It's very rewarding to me to see something go from the plans that you drew to being built. Great futures start at Parkland College.
And now it's time for the lightning round, where wrong answers will cost you points. Let's go ahead and get started. The sunflower state has the sunflower as the state flower. Alex.
Kansas.
That is correct. Which country is the second largest in the world? Alex.
Canada.
That is correct. In Greek mythology, how many labors was Hercules given? Alex.
12.
That is correct. What place in the U.S. sits 282 feet below sea level? And the correct answer is Death Valley. In which British city is Wimbledon held? Isaac.
London.
That is correct. What country is the world's largest producer of vanilla beans? Isaac?
Mexico.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Madagascar. Who was the first Tsar of Russia? Noah.
Ivan the Terrible.
That is correct. Which U.S. state is the largest producer of eggplant? Asher.
Illinois.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is New Jersey. What man of 1,000 voices is best remembered for his work with Looney Tunes? And the correct answer is Mel Blanc. The name for what feature of geography means almost an island in Latin? Noah.
Peninsula.
That is correct. In what video game would you find Inky, Linky, Pinky? Keegan?
Pac-Man.
That is correct. What body part on Roman statues was often detachable? Lily.
The head.
That is correct. What river cuts through the Grand Canyon? Alex.
The Colorado.
That is correct. What was the name of the book series by Franklin W. Dixon about brothers Frank and Joe? The answer is The Hardy Boys. Collins Dictionary designated which acronym as its most notable word of 2023? And the correct answer is AI. Founder Julian Assad leads what website dedicated to releasing secret information? WikiLeaks. And that ends our lightning round.
Great future start at Parkland College. Classes are affordable. Transfer your credit towards a bachelor's degree. Get training for in-demand careers. And academic and financial help is there when you need it. Enroll in classes now at parkland.edu/summerfall25.
Welcome back. Right now the score is Cissna Park 80, Oakwood 230. Let's jump right into round 3. The space shuttle's engine runs on what two supercooled liquids? Jonas.
Liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen.
That is correct. What M word is a malignant tumor associated with skin cancer? Keegan.
Melanin.
That is incorrect.
Melanoma.
That is correct. What frozen Italian dessert consists of ice cream, fruits, nuts, and sometimes candy? Isaac.
Gelato.
That is incorrect. Would y'all like to steal?
Yogurt.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is spumoni. What character is Paul Rubens more commonly known as? Noah.
Pee Wee Herman.
That is correct. What is the only underwater monument to a Civil War battle? The Monitor Merrimack Memorial Bridge Tunnel in Virginia. What is the name of the narrator's lost love in Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven? Alex.
Joseph.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Mary.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Lenore. The 7 Weeks' War was fought between Perugia and what other country? Alex.
Rome.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Austria-Hungary.
We'll take that as the correct answer. The correct answer is Austria. Which country's leader is elected by the College of Cardinals? Noah.
The Vatican City.
That is correct. Fort Dearborn became what? Alex.
Chicago.
That is correct. What movie chronicles the career of legendary high school football coach Herman Boone? Alex.
Remember the Titans.
That is correct. What's BMI to a die-hard fitness freak? Saul.
Body mass index.
That is correct. What word was coined when a trapped moth caused an early computer? Saul.
Bug.
That is correct. What town held trial from February 1692 to May? Jonas.
Salem.
That is correct. What city had the world's first paved streets? Jonas.
Rome.
That is correct. What part of the eye changes shape in LASIK surgery? Keegan.
Cornea.
That is correct. What city was the site of the last Moorish kingdom in Spain? Noah.
Granada.
That is correct. Which constitutional amendment guarantees a speedy public trial for criminal? Jonas.
The 5th.
That is incorrect. Would you like to seal?
The 6th.
The 6th is correct. What was Hitler in when he died? Isaac.
A bunker.
That is correct. Which astronomer is called out in Bohemian Rhapsody? Isaac.
Galileo.
That is correct. In Star Wars, what does AT-AT stand for? Alex.
All-terrain interior truck.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
No answer.
All-terrain armored transport. And now the video round goes to Oakwood.
On April 19th, 2024, Taylor Swift released what studio album that would set a Spotify record of over 300 million streams in one day?
It's that one, the pink one, right? Has the pink all over it. He's making it. No. You see.
Paper Rings.
Her 11th studio album was entitled The Tortured Poets Department. It would become Swift's record-extending 7th album to open with over 1 million units and was certified 6 times platinum by the Record Industry Association of America.
Okay, and now back to the questions. Holiday was the first Billboard Hot 100 single for what singer? Isaac.
Lil Nas X.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Billy Joel.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Madonna. Which Irish author wrote the avant-garde comic fiction Finnegan's Wake? Alex.
O'Connor.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
O'Donnell.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is James Joyce. How many sheets of paper are in a ream? Jonas.
800.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
300.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is 500. What do we call it when characters in a film talk to the audience, meaning Alex?
Breaking the fourth wall.
That is correct. In which state is Shenandoah National Park? Saul.
Colorado.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Wyoming.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Virginia. What tunnel connects France and Italy? Jonas.
The Channel.
Say that again.
Channel.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
The Mont Blanc Tunnel.
That is correct. What is the northernmost country on the European continent? Alex.
Iceland.
That is incorrect.
Finland?
Finland's incorrect. The correct answer is Norway. What is the common name for the aurora borealis? Keegan.
Northern Lights.
That is correct. What is the pathological fear of being in closed rooms called? Lily.
Claustrophobia.
That is correct. How many seconds are there in an hour? Jonas.
3,600.
That is correct. Kuta Kinte was one of the characters in what Alex Haley book? Isaac.
Left Eye.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
No answer.
The correct answer is Roots. Starbucks took its name from what novel? Alex.
Huckleberry Finn.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Starlight.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Moby Dick. Who was the first woman nominated for the presidency? Alex.
Woodhull.
That is correct. What is the only letter that does not appear in the name Noah?
Q.
That is correct. Which NBA team plays its home games at Madison Square Garden? Isaac.
The 76ers?
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
The Knicks.
That is correct. For a blood pressure reading of 140/92, what pressure does the 92 signify? Alex.
Heart rate.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Intake?
That is incorrect. The correct answer is diastolic pressure. From what country did Iceland gain its independence in 1944? Alex.
Norway.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Denmark?
Denmark is correct. In what year did the first Walmart open? Alex.
1947.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
1946.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is 1962. And that ends the round.
Great futures start at Parkland College. Classes are affordable. Transfer your credit towards a bachelor's degree. Get training for in-demand careers. And academic and financial help is there when you need it. Enroll now at parkland.edu/fall25.
Our winner is Oakwood, and they will move on to play Fisher for the Bracket 2 championship. Stay tuned for that coming next. It comes down to Fisher and Oakwood in Bracket 2. Will the Comets soar into the Final Four, or will the Bunnies hop their way into the semifinals? Let's meet our teams and then find out who will be moving on.
Connor Vestal, Jr.
Keaton Brooks, Senior.
Jeremiah Todd, Senior.
Parker Reuben King, Senior.
Caden Hayes, Jr.
Skylar Morris, Senior.
Alex Elwood, Jr.
Paul Carello, Senior. Noah Carpenter, Senior.
Alex Wells, Jr.
William Irick, Jr.
Lily Pickering, freshman.
So let's go ahead and jump right on into the questions. Fisher, are you ready?
Yep.
And Oakwood, are you ready? All right. First question. What material did Chinese workers use for scaffolding when building? Alex.
Bamboo.
That is correct. On October 20th, 1803, the Senate ratified the Treaty of what major land acquisition? Alex.
The Louisiana Purchase.
That is correct. If seedless oranges do not have seeds, how are they propagated? Saul.
Grafting.
That is correct. What did the letters of the former communist country USSR stand for? Alex.
United Soviet Socialist Republics.
No, that is incorrect.
Certain states of Russia.
Oh. United Socialist Soviet Republic.
Oh.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Next question. Who was the vice president that served under President Barack Obama? Noah.
Biden.
That is correct. What is another name for a long bench used for seating members of a church congregation? Noah.
Pew.
That is correct. Who painted Nighthawks? Jeremiah.
Edward Hopper.
That is correct. When lions and tigers mate, what do they eat? Alex.
Liger.
That is correct. What's the former name of Istanbul? Keaton.
Constantinople.
That is correct. What river boasts tributaries called the Mun, the Kak, and the Tonle Sap? Alex.
The Danube.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
The Yellow River.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is the Mekong. What year was the iPod released? Keaton.
2001.
That is correct. In what city would you find Stone Mountain? Alex.
Atlanta.
That is correct. In which city does the South by Southwest Music Festival take place? Keaton.
No answer.
Would you like to steal?
Go with that.
Albuquerque.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Austin, Texas.
Sorry.
Las Posadas, a Christian tradition in San Antonio, Texas, celebrates what event? Jeremiah.
Christmas.
That is incorrect.
What other?
Would you like to steal?
Easter still.
The resurrection.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Mary and Joseph's search for an inn. What is the collector of postage stamps called? Alex.
Postmaster General.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
No.
The correct answer is a philatelist. Introduced in 1964, who is Barbie's nautically named little sister? Alex.
Coral.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Yes, Skipper.
That is correct. What is the only rock that floats in water? Alex.
Limestone.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Obsidian.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is pumice. In Frank Baum's novel, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, on which the film is based, what color are Dorothy's slippers? Keaton.
Ruby?
That is incorrect.
Silver.
Silver is correct. The color of the shoes changed to red to take advantage of the new Technicolor film process. Who is entombed at the Domesday in Belize in Paris? Skylar.
Napoleon?
That is correct. And now the video round.
On June 7th, 2024, Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak made his final appearance on the show after 43 years, completing the longest continuous stint by a game show host. Can you name who replaced him?
Smith.
Ryan Seacrest officially debuted as the new Wheel of Fortune host on September 9th, 2024. He is reportedly making $28 million per season to host the show.
All right, back to our questions. Here we go. What is the second full moon in a month called? Noah.
A blue moon.
The blue moon is correct. What New York museum, famous for its collections of musical instruments, also has more than 200,000 baseball cards? Noah.
The Met.
Yes, that's correct. What are jumbies? Alex.
Socks.
That is incorrect.
Sounds like socks.
I don't know. Pajamas.
Pajamas?
That is incorrect. Native to the West Indies, they are zombies or the living dead. What is the real name of the rock in San Francisco Bay? Saul.
Alcatraz.
That is correct. What Muhammad Gandhi's first name? His first name is Mohandas. Which celebrated chemist, inventor, is credited with developing plywood? And the correct answer is Alfred Nobel. Where did the name Jeep originate? Alex.
Italian.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Australian. I don't know if they're picking up a place.
No.
Okay. The answer is GP, abbreviated for General Purpose Vehicles in the Army. During what president's administration was the Louisiana Territory purchased? Alex.
Thomas Jefferson.
That is correct. Which Disney princess has a Scottish accent? Skylar.
Merida.
That is correct.
She speaks very panicked.
How many Daytona 500 races did Dale Earnhardt Sr. win? Saul.
1.
That is correct. Which U.S. president in office from 1881 to 1885 championed civil service reform? Alex.
Rutherford B. Hayes.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Grover Cleveland.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Chester Arthur. Which substance is converted in the body to vitamin A? And the correct answer is beta carotene. How many dots are used in each letter in the Braille system? Keaton.
6.
That is correct. What is the longest interstate highway in the U.S.? Alex.
I-80.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
I-95.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is I-90. What was Juliet's last name in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet? Jeremiah.
Capulet.
That is correct. On a sunny day, the sky appears blue due to sunlight bouncing off of small particles in the atmosphere. What is the name of this process?
Reflection.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Scattering.
Can you be more specific?
Light scattering. Light scattering.
Sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is relay scatter. And that ends our round.
Great futures start at Parkland College. Classes are affordable. Transfer your credit towards a bachelor's degree. Get training for in-demand careers. And academic and financial help is there when you need it. Enroll in classes now at parkland.edu/summerfall25.
Now it's time for the lightning round, where wrong answers will cost you points. Let's go ahead and get started. First question. What is the best-selling video game franchise? Keaton.
Minecraft.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Mario.
Yeah.
What is the name of Dr. Seuss's egg-hatching elephant? Keaton.
Horton.
That is correct. Which chess piece must always end up on the opposite color square after a standard move? Jeremiah.
Knight.
That is correct. What's the name of the head elf in charge of baking Keebler cookies? Jeremiah.
Ernie.
That is correct. Black-eyed peas are not peas. What are they? Alex.
Beans.
That is correct. What superhero's real name is Steve Rogers? Saul.
Captain America.
That is correct. What does NCSA stand for? The correct answer is National Center for Supercomputing Applications. What dance did Chubby Checker make popular? Jeremiah.
The Twist.
That is correct. In which French city was Joan of Arc burned at the stake? Noah.
Orleans.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Rowan. Alito is one of 9. Noah.
Supreme Court Justice.
That is correct. What is the remote attachment to Edwards Air Force Base called? Hint, it may contain aliens, but probably doesn't. Will.
Area 51.
That is correct. Blossom, Bubbles, and Keaton.
Powerpuff Girls.
That is correct. What is a baby seal called? Keaton.
Pup.
That is correct. What rock group had hits including Love Me 2 Times, Light My Fire, and People Are Strange? And the correct answer is The Doors. Who commanded the Allied forces that invaded Europe on D-Day? Alex.
Eisenhower.
That is correct. What is a portion of New York's Broadway Theater District called? The answer is Great White Way. Where did fruitcakes originate from? The answer is Egypt. And that ends our lightning round.
Great future start at Parkland College. Classes are affordable. Transfer your credit towards a bachelor's degree. Get training for in-demand careers. And academic and financial help is there when you need it. Enroll now at parkland.edu/fall25.
Going into round 3, the score is Fisher 130, Oakwood 170. Let's go ahead and get started with our questions. What is the 5th sign of the zodiac? Jeremiah.
Scorpio.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Taurus.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Leo. If you were facing Mount Rushmore, which U.S. president would be the furthest to your right? Jeremiah.
Lincoln.
That is correct. What English band with 3 men and 2 women had classic albums like Tusk, Mirage, and Rumors? Jeremiah.
Fleetwood Mac.
That is correct. What city boasts a board of trade that buys and sells half the world's wheat and corn? Keaton.
Springfield.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Yeah. Chicago.
Chicago is correct.
Got it.
Which country is known as the land of white elephants? Noah.
India.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Oh, is it?
Sudan.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Thailand. What other natural radiation exists besides alpha and beta radiation? Jeremiah.
Gamma radiation.
That is correct. According to Freud, which is the strongest in a healthy person? Id, ego? Jeremiah?
Id.
That is incorrect. According to Freud, which is the strongest in a healthy person? Id, ego, or superego?
Superego.
Superego is incorrect. The correct answer is ego. What sticky sweetener was traditionally used as an antiseptic ointment for cuts and burns? Jeremiah.
Honey.
That is correct. Who was the Times Person of the Year in 2023? Alex.
Donald Trump.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal? And the answer is Taylor Swift. The silver anniversary happens after how many years? Jeremiah.
50.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
25.
25 is correct. What scandal was the Tower Commission set up to investigate in 1986? Alex.
Bill Clinton's affair.
That is incorrect.
Too late. We can try. Watergate.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Iran-Contra affair. What is Shaggy's real name on Scooby-Doo? Alex.
Norman.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Melvin.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Norvell. Where in Beijing did Chinese student build a goddess of democracy in May 1989? Noah.
Tiananmen Square.
That is correct. What Marvel character's real name is Carol Danvers? Keaton.
Captain Marvel.
That is correct. Why Kobe Bryant was has spent his whole career with the Los Angeles Lakers. He was acquired in a draft day trade. Who originally drafted him? Jeremiah.
The Charlotte Hornets.
That is correct. What famous talk show host created Jeopardy? And the correct answer is Merv Griffin. What animal Amazonian species packs a 650-volt jolt? Saul.
Electric eel.
That is correct. Who told Winston Churchill that the French regard him as the reincarnation of Joan of Arc? Noah.
De Gaulle.
That is correct. What was the profession of John Wilkes Booth, the man who assassinated Jeremiah?
Actor.
That is correct. And now it's time for the video round.
This longtime pop star, who is the world's best-selling female recording artist of all time, ended her Celebration World Tour with the largest concert of her career.
Taylor Swift.
On May 4th, 2024, Madonna hosted a free concert in front of 1.6 million fans at Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
And now back to the questions. Who played the title character in the 1960 movie Spartacus? And the correct answer is Kirk Douglas. Which location in the United States was originally known as Shangri-La and is now Noah?
Camp David.
That is correct. In bowling, how many strikes make up a perfect game? Jeremiah.
12.
That is correct. What human secretion contains the powerful antibiotic known as domesticin? Jeremiah.
Sweat.
That is correct. This former Grey's Anatomy star was named People's Sexiest Man Alive. Noah.
Dempsey.
That is correct. What is the name of the vampire in the 1976 Anne Rice novel Interview with a Vampire? And the correct answer is Louise Dupont du Lac. What quiz show was hosted by Groucho Marx? And the answer is You Bet Your Life. The Empire State and the Chrysler Building are examples of what style of Alex?
Skyscrapers?
That is incorrect. The Empire State and the Chrysler Building are examples of what style of architectural design? The correct answer is Art Deco. Schubert's Symphony No. 8 in D minor is better known as what? Noah.
The Unfinished Symphony.
That is correct. What is the longest river in Europe? Noah.
The Danube.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
I would have guessed it.
Thames.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is the Volga.
Oh,
Which tropical disease is caused by Plasmodium and often transmitted by mosquitoes? Lily.
Malaria.
That is correct. In American Kennel Club talk, what group of these dogs listed under Basset, Beagle, Lily?
Hound.
That is correct.
Good job.
Which is the only U.S. state to begin with the letter P? Noah.
Pennsylvania.
That is correct. Which planet is also known as the evening star? Jeremiah.
Venus.
That is correct. Which continent is cut into two fairly equal halves? Jeremiah.
Australia.
That is correct. In what year did the Haiti earthquake happen? Alex.
2006.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
$2018.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was 2010. What Scandinavian nation began heating homes with energy generated from cremations? Alex.
Finland.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
Sweden.
Sweden is correct. What is the name of the mole in the third season of Stranger Things? Keaton.
Starlight.
That is incorrect. Would you like to steal?
No answer.
The correct answer is Star Court. Who is next in line to succeed the U.S. president after the vice president? Noah.
Speaker of the House.
That is correct. How many dollars do you have if you're carrying one Hamilton and two Lincolns in your pocket? Jeremiah.
$20.
That is correct. What was the name of King Arthur's sword? Keaton.
Excalibur.
That is correct. Whose books have sold over 350 million copies and includes titles like Misery, Carrie, and The Shining? Parker. Yes. What author of 2001, Alex?
Jules Verne.
Say that again?
Jules Verne.
That is incorrect. What author of 2001, A Space Odyssey is also the namesake for geostationary orbit? That is incorrect. The correct answer is Arthur C. Clarke. Who was Snoopy's yellow feathered friend? Keaton.
Woodstock.
That is correct. And that ends our round. It seems that we have a tie, so we're going to go into a 3-minute lightning round to determine who the winner will be. Contestants, are you ready? All right. First question. Who's the protagonist in The Catcher in the Rye? Alex.
Guy Montag.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Holden Caulfield. Poet Edgar Lee Masters was law partner to what famous Chicago criminal lawyer? The correct answer is Clarence Darrow. In which country was Dolly, the first sheep cloned from adult sheep cells, born? The correct answer is Scotland. What chemical element was formerly known as brimstone? Jeremiah.
Sulfur.
That is correct. What is the fleshly piece of tissue hanging down over your tongue towards the back of your mouth? Parker.
Uvula.
That is correct. What parallel divides North and South Korea? Alex.
The 49th.
That is incorrect. It's the 38th. What did my true love send me on the 10th day of Christmas? Keaton.
10 drummers drumming.
That is incorrect. It's Lords a Leaping. What is sodium hypochlorite more commonly known as? The correct answer is bleach. How many castaways were there on the American sitcom Gilligan's Island? The correct answer is 7. What computer word was added as a verb to the Oxford English Dictionary in 2006? Saul.
Google.
That is correct. On a standard dartboard, what number lies between 12 and 20? Saul.
5.
That is correct. Where does reggae music originate from? Alex.
Jamaica.
That is correct. What is the name of the gallant mongoose in the Jungle Book? Jeremiah.
Ricky Tikki Tavi.
That is correct. A. Milne is best known for creating which beloved children's character? Alex.
Winnie the Pooh.
That is correct. What does the motorcycle club name HOG stand for?
It's Harley something.
Saul.
Harley Owners Group.
That is correct.
Dang!
No, what?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Good job, guys. Good job, everyone, all of you.
Great future start at Parkland College. Classes are affordable. Transfer your credit towards a bachelor's degree. Get training for in-demand careers. And academic and financial help is there when you need it. Enroll in classes now at parkland.edu/summerfall25.
Well, at the end of our game, Oakwood pulls through. Looks like they'll be moving on to our Final Four. Thank you so much, contestants, for an awesome game. I can shake hands. Thank you so much.